Alright guys, welcome back to Robert's Race Cars by Triple B. Really don't have much going on this weekend. We're waiting on the motor for this car and the wrap. When we get those two things, we should be able to, get it all lined up and squared away to where the car is ready to go for this season. So in the downtime, let's watch the For the Fallen 50 race we had at Outlaw Speedway in September. It's a great race, I think so. Started outside front row, got too excited at the beginning, fell back a few spots, ran over a guy unintentionally about the third lap in the race, got sent to the rear, which, totally understandable. It's 100% my fault, but got to work my way back from the back of the pack. Had a great race with my dad in the 35, Joey Moxley in the 75, and we ended up pulling it off. Don't know really how, but we did. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments. Please like and subscribe to the page. So hopefully we have more work for y'all in the next video. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, let them hear you. For the Fallen 50, 13 American flags representing the 13 military members we just recently lost. Missing man formation in honor of all those lost. Once again, those fireworks being lit and sent off by Nick Eames and Adam Kalbeck, both of those military veterans and almost to retirement, and we appreciate them doing that. The fireworks were donated by bunched up, ready to turn it loose. Down into turn one, a whole levy of cars once again. 3 wide coming out to the backstretch. Your top 4 pulled away from the rest of the field. Moxley is your leader. Ronnie Roberts in second. Tim Nash in third. Little Ronnie Roberts in fourth. As they come through turn 4 to complete another lap, watching through the field here, we got a slow car. Rusty Cooper in the 85. Darby in row 3. And we're back to full throttle action. All that pedaling down into turn 1. Digging and pawing, scratching and clawing. Watching that number 33 of Little Ronnie Roberts trying to make his way up through the back of the field. Meanwhile, up front, Moxley completes another lap as the leader. Top 6, 7, 8 cars, single file, and then we got side by side. We got a car that goes through the infield, keeps it going. The 18 car comes to a hard binder stop, but keeps it going. We stay green. The 08 of Austin Osborne. Oh, trouble in turn 2. Trouble in turn 2. We got a bunch of cars. The 27J is out. That is Joe Phillips getting ready for this restart. Here we go. Down into one they go once again. Joey Moxley leading the way. Ronnie Roberts on the top side. The 38 of Randy Darby in third spot. Justin Littlefield in fourth. Having a great race in that 57, Justin Littlefield. Oh, trouble! We got a car hard up into the turn 3 wall. Sparks flying. Took a hard hit. To turn him up and let him loose once again. Down the front stretch into turn 1. Slicing and dicing once again. And we got trouble. George Gilbert starts going sideways, collects a couple cars. Continues to gather a few more cars. They were in the drivers meeting. If they do not respond to receiver or officials' calls to where they need to be, they'll be stopped, scored. All right, down into turn one, the 75 Joey Moxley continues to lead. The 38 and the 35 battling hard for that second and third. And we got the car coming off the track. Looks to be the 57 of Zachary Johnson. The 54 of Cameron Williams, very slow at the top of turn two. And he dives to the infield. We stay green. Meanwhile, up front, we got a change for the lead. Ronnie Roberts is your new leader. Joey Moxley in second now. The 38 of Darby in third. Little Ronnie Roberts in fourth. And the 888 of Beasley in fifth. The front two pulling away from the rest of the field. It's Ronnie Roberts, Joey Moxley. Now a battle heating up for this third spot. Little Ronnie Roberts trying to go underneath that 38 of Darby. Keep an eye on those two cars as they're putting on a great show. At the line, it looked to be Little Ronnie Roberts in the third spot. Puts that 38 back to fourth spot. Now does that 33 for the rest of this field. Moxley now back out front. Ronnie Roberts to second. Little Ronnie Roberts starting to reel in those top two cars now. Moxley coming up on some lap traffic. Dale Taylor in that 53. About to go a lap down, got a handful of company with that number 75 right behind him. As they continue to tick off these laps, the leaders are now in lap traffic. Moxley and Ronnie Roberts been putting on a show. Moxley has to go very high to avoid hitting the rear end of that 53. Ronnie Roberts right there ready for that moment to make the advantage to go to the front once again. Moxley and Ronnie Roberts on the high side through 3 and 4. Lap traffic directly ahead of them. Ronnie Roberts now on the low side. Lap car plays a part and leaves that top spot to Joey Moxley. The 53 of Dale Taylor now very slow on the backstretch and turns to the infield. So the 53 in the infield now. Moxley able to get around the 18. Ronnie Roberts around the 18. And look at this. The little Ronnie Roberts in that 33 right there with the top two. So now it's a 3-car battle for the top spot. Ronnie Roberts now takes the lead. Moxley in second as they come out of turn 2 down the backstretch. George Gilbert, lap car. Very close call for the leaders as he was going sideways. The 33 now able to get around him. Moxley now on the outside, diving into turn 3, trying to get that ripping grip on the top side. And the 75 loses traction, and now the 33 of Little Ronnie Roberts moving to second. So it's father and son in the top 2 positions. Ronnie Roberts, Little Ronnie Roberts, and Joey Moxley, your top 3. Ronnie Roberts now putting the 57 of Justin Littlefield down a lap. Tim Barnett is next one. We got caution in turn 2. The first Sheridan in that third row. Moxley with a good run on the top side. Had to get hard on the binder to keep from running into the back of that 35. And the 64 of Tim Barnett very slow and comes to a stop on the backstretch. Yellow comes out. Moxley right behind him. Green flag. Oh, we got trouble on the front stretch. The 888 of Easley into the infield. 22. And green flag flies once again down into turn 1. Ronnie Roberts leads them in. Little Ronnie Roberts on the top side. Joey Moxley underneath. Ronnie Roberts running a high line. As they come through 3 and 4, the top 3. It's Ronnie Roberts, Little Ronnie Roberts, and Joey Moxley. A little bit of slicing and dicing going on behind that pack, though. The 57 of Daniel Johnson, the 56 of Rodney Sheridan, the 888 of Easley running a high side hustle. Justin Littlefield able to move up behind that 56 now, putting that 888 back a car. Oh, Littlefield gets loose, leaves that door wide open. The 888 of Easley able to get around him now. Meanwhile, up front, the top 3 have pulled away from the rest of the field and is putting on a 3-car show for you here. A full straightaway from the leaders to the 4th place car. Oh, trouble in 2. The 57 loops it around. The 888 loops it around. Ronnie Roberts setting the pace. He's in the fire zone, and we're all over full throttle action once again. Down into turn 1. Slinging dirt through 1 and 2. Little Ronnie Roberts charging on the outside. Oh, we got trouble in turn 2. Flag. And down into turn 1, Little Ronnie Roberts once again with that power move on the outside. Ronnie Roberts running that high side hustle, and it pays off as he leads. Oh, we got trouble on the front stretch. The 56 loops it around the 360, comes to a stop. Remain. 5 laps remain, Will. 5 laps. Once again, little Ronnie Roberts to the top side, making it work, and starts to pull away from that 35. Four laps remain. Remain in this one. Little Ronnie Roberts, Joey Moxley, your top 3. Double sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. White flag is fluttering, and your leader, little Ronnie Roberts, got one more voyage of velocity around this Outlaw Speedway track. Coming around the backstretch, looking for that $5,000 payday. And checkered flag is waving. Your feature winner, the 33, little Ronnie Roberts. Ronnie Roberts brings it home in second. Joey Moxley in third. The 56 of little Ronnie Roberts. Parks it on the front stretch in victory lane. Let him hear you, fans, as he's climbing out of that car. Little Ronnie Roberts for the Fallen 50 victory. Grabs the trophy, grabs the flag,